Hello everyone, it is time for my July recap for Flosstube. I've come to you every month. Usually, last time I was a couple months, but this time I've made it back. It's August 1st, 2024. Hopefully I'll get this uploaded tonight. If not, it will be tomorrow. But I'm going to show you what I worked on in July. I had 9 whips that I worked on. Two of them are new starts. So I'll show you those. No finishes, no fully finished items this month, but maybe next month I'll have something finished. All right, I worked on, we'll just get right into it. So my full coverage, and I used this for the Tour de France, and I also used it for some Olympics late in the month. Late in July. This is, let me show you, it's getting close, so it's not there yet. This is Quick Stitch Psyche's Butterflies. The artist is Josephine Wall, charted by Heaven and Earth. This is the first full coverage I ever started, and I have the paper pattern, but then once I found Pattern Keeper, I purchased it again in the electronic so that I could use Pattern Keeper. And so this is where we are. So it is getting close. There's a little small row at the bottom here, and then this is the edge. So just this left. This is on a 25 count even weave, again, before I found the gridded fabric, and I did 1,982 stitches on it this month. So I worked across here. So we're getting there. When I finish it, it will be my first full coverage finish. Yep, that's all I'm gonna need to tell you about that one. So I'm gonna put my Q-snap back on. I am going to put them back in their bags just so I don't have too much of a mess when I'm done. All right, and then the next thing I worked on was a new start. I started this on July 4th. So this is Celebrate 4th of July by Madame Chantilly. And let's see what this is on. I did 1,423 stitches. Oh yeah, it's on Heroic by Picture This Plus. I love to do patriotic pieces on this. Excuse me. So I'll hold it back and see if you can kind of see. Yeah, it's got some red and blue modeling in it. And that is 1,423 stitches. It's fun. But people are right. I've watched people that have worked on these. They say they're big. It is going to be big. And I have a bunch of hers. I think I have all of them now, but this is the only one I've started. So that was fun. I worked on it the 4th of July. I started it, and then I worked on it for a few other days after that. It wasn't in my plans. It was just something I wanted to start. All right, next is, and the other new start I had, this was the Happy Halloween Stitch Along. This is by Historical Sampler Company. Things are falling. And so I don't know what this is going to look like when it's done. I have most of part 1 done and part of part 2. I'm going to hold it back. So it's on, I think it's Lilac by hand dyed by Stephanie. And so part 1 was this guy, and then like half of this, and then there's another little half of a box here, and then we've got another box over here for part 2. So I still have some work to do to get part 1 and part 2 finished, but it's really a lot of fun. So I'll need to work on it some more. I've never stayed caught up with a stitch along ever. I thought maybe I could on this one, but there's too many other things I want to stitch, so that's always my problem. All right, and then the next one was one of my Whipco calls. It was for Satsuma Street. So for Whipco this year, I just put designers. The plan was to not start a new pattern by that designer until I'd finished one. And for the most part, I've done that. I think Lola Crow, I went ahead and started the Deadly Aquarium. But this is Pretty Little San Francisco. I'm doing this for my oldest son and daughter-in-law. That's where they went on their honeymoon. And this, I don't know that I know what this is on. I don't think I have a, let me see if I have a project card in here. No, I started this one quite a while ago, so I don't know. It's an even weave. I think it might have been Picture This Plus, but so it's a soft, almost a creamy, almost a little bit of a yellowy cream color. So I'm getting close. I did 846 stitches on this, and that was all right in here. So I did this tower, the cable car, and this clouds right here. So I just have this and some clouds here, and it will be done. So this one I may bring back out. One of the prompts in Semi-Sane is rectangles, and I think I could argue that there are some rectangles in here, these buildings and stuff, so I might be able to bring it out and maybe finish it. That's my hope. We shall see. All right, and then my other Whipco call was shuttling, and so this is, I had not worked on this for quite a while. It's the Paris Mandala. And I got the version, I got this when it was stitch along, so we got it in different parts. And I got the version that has different buildings on each side. You could get one that had the same buildings on all four sides, but I wanted the 4 different sides. So the inside regular cross stitch is done, 1 tower is done, and I think I was working on this building. So here is the whole thing, kind of. You can't really see the whole Eiffel Tower, but I've got, let me see if I can undo it a little bit. So I do have this 1 tower all done. That is a lot of back stitching. These 2 buildings, these were already done. These 2 buildings were already done. I've done the back stitching on this one. For whatever reason, I didn't do it on that one. But this building is what I was working on this month. And I did 924 stitches on that. So I should pull it back up just a little bit. I can't see what you can see there. So I made some good progress, but I have a long ways to go on that one. Ooh, sorry. Okay. And then the next one I worked on this for a full coverage during the Olympics when I needed a higher number of stitches, because it's easier than the quick stitch Psyche's Butterflies to get stitches in it. This is Star Touched Meadow November. So this is a ongoing stitch along from Carolyn Manning. And we just got another month today, I think. And I don't know what we're at now. I don't remember what today's was. November was the first one. So that's just the one I started stitching. And I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like when it's done. This is on 32 Count Water Lily by Witchelt. And I did 738 stitches on this. It's so, you can see a little bit better there. It's very vibrant. When I pull it in, it gets washed out just a little bit. But that was fun, and it was easier to get stitches in on that than it was on the Heaven and Earth. All right, and then the last one I worked on, I just worked on it for the last 3 days of July because I wanted to do something for Jolly July and I just hadn't been able to get anything done. Oh no, now my magnet is sticking to, my needle minder is sticking to my thing. Here we go. This is Santa's house. Let me show you what it's going to look like when it's done. This is the year-long series this year from Cottage Garden Samplings, yeah, Samplings. And I have just picked up the latest one today. You'll see it in my haul. This is on 32 count VSN Lugana. I need to ask my LNS what that stands for. And I got 583 stitches done on this. And I was just working up here in the roof. So I did the red as a part of these white, the red that went inside those snowflake things, and then filled in that roof and the little chimney. So that is all I worked on this month. Now we'll talk about plans. Let me put that away. So the WIPGO numbers for August were number 12 and number 15. So number 12 is Heartstring Samplery. And for that one, I have this Cross Stitch Nation, which you've probably seen before. Several people have done this. And I'm just doing it as called. I know some people have done it like a round robin or, oh, it's gotten very wrinkled. And done, you know, had people choose which person they wanted to be. But this is where I am on this one. This is probably what I'll work on tonight if I have some time. And it is on, I don't know, 32 count CP. It was hand dyed by Stephanie. I'm not sure what CP is. Cappuccino? I don't know. I don't know. I need to have a glossary for all of their abbreviations for fabric. I need to iron that too. I might need to do that before I start working on it. So that was number 12 for WIPGO. Number 15 is Lizzy Kate. And I actually have 2 different projects in this bag for her. The first one is Cinderella is Proof. I love this one. And so I have, I'll show you where I am on it. This is on a, I don't know what this is. It's a very stiff linen that's very see-through. Oh, it's a boxer, so it's probably what came in. And that's all I have. A new pair of shoes. I don't know that I could get that finished. There's quite a bit of stitching around, like the C and then at the bottom with the shoes. But we'll see. That's probably the one I'll work on. The other one that I have in here that I had started is this Hip Hop, which was a little kit. And so it has the fabric and finishing. And I'm a lot closer on it. Whoops, show you the right way. So this is where I am on it. Again, it's on a stiff linen, very see-through linen. But that one, yeah, I just have the basket over here and some flowers and then hip at the top, hippity. So yeah, it would be a lot closer to a finish. But I don't know, I'm kind of wanting to work on the Cinderella one. So we'll just see when I get ready to work on it, which one I decide I want to work on. All right, and then my full coverage that I'll work on, which I should be working on now because I still have Olympic stuff to do, but I don't feel like working on it right now, so I'll probably work on the Heartstring Samplery tonight. This is Sea Opal, and I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is where I am. So I'll pull it back. The colors are a lot more vibrant when you pull it back a little bit. Doesn't look like a lot yet, but it is really pretty colors to work on. That's a little better. So that'll be fun to work on when I'm ready to work on my full coverage again. I think I worked on that quick stitch Psyche's butterfly so much that I'm like, I need a break from full coverage. All right, and then the last plan is just, so every month I have the Whip Go calls, so there's 2 for that. I spin a wheel for the full coverage, and then I spin a wheel just for another designer, just kind of a miscellaneous one. And this time it spun Blue Flower. So I have 2 possibilities here. I don't know which one I'm going to work on. I have Acorns, which I started last year maybe. And I've got a decent amount done on it, but I don't know that I could get it finished. So this is where I am. And I had to pick up some more threads, and hopefully they'll match. I've been working over here. So I still have, there's another big leaf over here, and then the N and the S, and then the rest of the border. There's the rest of the words down here, and then the rest of the border with some more squirrels and stuff. This is on 32 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. So that's one possibility. I could work on that, try and get it finished, which is probably what I should do. But I also have a new start I want to do by Blue Flower, which would break my rules, but they're my rules. So. And that is the Hedgehog and Hyacinth. And this is one I would like to do for my mom for her birthday. Her birthday's in October. So that's why I'm thinking about stitching it. Now I've already kitted it up, so let me open it up and show you. I did not order, I think is it Cottage Garden that it calls for? Yes, and I didn't order the Cottage Garden. So it has what the Cottage Garden threads, what their DMC equivalent is, and like this one is like 2 different. So I just went to my LNS and pulled those DMCs and found some that I thought matched those DMCs. So these are what I pulled. I think there were 3, yeah, to replace the Cottage Garden. And then I've got 32 count Seafoam by Weeks Dye Works. And it's not going to be a very big piece. So that's what I pulled. Yeah, it just kind of washes out when you put it up too close. So that's probably what I will start, what I'll work on for Blue Flower. I would like to get that started since it's going to be for my mom for her birthday. I don't know if I will see her before Christmas, but I don't know, because I'll need to finish it also. Okay, that is all my whips, all my plans. Now we just have haul. Excuse me. All right, so I am in the Silver Needle with a little help from our friends stitching circle, and I got that, I don't know, last week I think. And this is by October House Fiber Arts, and it's a stitch, odds and ends, a stitching trio. Let me pull that out because that's really got a big glare on it. And so with these, if you're not familiar, we get the fabric, the thread, any finishing stuff we need, usually a little extra something in there. So this is, so you have, I don't know if it's a pin cushion, and then this little guy, and then the little scissor fob. Yeah, pin cushion, thread keep, and scissor fob. Oh yeah, that's a thread keep. You can put threads on that. So that's fun. They tell you who's going to be in it that next year, and then you sign up and then you get it every month. I also got, this will probably be kind of crinkly too, coconut shell. This is my Be Stitch Me fabric of the month. It's really pretty. I have to find something to put on that because it's really pretty. And then I did an order from the Crafty Grimalkin and got on Etsy some Artsy Housewives. My LNS doesn't carry Artsy Housewives, which she can order them. But I thought, well, I'll give somebody else some business. So I picked up, and this is all because I saw somebody doing one of these. So this one is, You've Got This, with the owl. I thought he was cute. And then Abalonia's Apple Tree. And then this is the one, I think it was Jordan the Tattooed Stitcher I saw working on this. Study in Nature. And she's doing it on like a tan, I don't know, it looks so good on it. And I was like, oh, okay, I really like that. It looks very striking on the red. I just didn't see me doing it on red. But when I saw hers, I'm like, okay, I want to do that now. And then I had an order from 123 Stitch. So I picked up some of the Madame Chantilly I didn't have. So this is Summer, which of course I want to go start it now. And Christmas. And Winter. And I think that's all I needed. So I think I have all the rest of them. And then the latest Little House Needleworks Hometown Holiday. This is Birdhouse. I need to go through all these and see if I have them all. And then this was an Erin Elizabeth Strawberry Biscornu. Isn't that pretty? And I have put one of these together before. They look really hard, but they're not as hard as they look. And then today I stopped at my LNS here in Little Rock, Shepherd's Needle, and picked up a few things. So this is the latest Wee Santa from Heart and Hand. So Wee Santa 2024. Isn't he cute with his snowman? He's got a stocking. He's just cute. And then another Heart and Hand Doodles Maker. That was cute. And then they always hold one of these back for me. So this is the Cottage Garden Samplings. This year's, like I showed you Santa's house, this is number 8. It's the Lighthouse. And then I always pick up fabric and the overdyed when I pick up the pattern. And this was 32 count. I don't remember what we ended up picking. Oh, it's the same thing, that VSN, that I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to ask them. So I need a cheat sheet for your fabric. Okay, that is it. That is my haul, my plans. I don't think I told you the total stitches for this month, for July, were 8,294, which seems a little bit higher than usual. Yeah, May I didn't have very many. No, May I had a bunch. June I didn't have very many because June was busy. I had a cruise and a wedding, and then we did move my son in July, but so yeah, this month I had 8,000, whatever I said, 8,294. So that's a little bit more than I usually have. So I'm hoping that will continue and I can get more done in August, since we don't have really any travel plans in August. So I can hopefully get a lot done. And then in November I retire. So that will be really interesting to see if I can get even more done once I retire. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in about a month. Bye.